I know I've got to quit this, but I got a call late last night or early this morning, whichever you want to call it, from my daughter saying that my one grandson Jameson is sick and they can't take him to daycare, and could I come over and take care of him while they go to work this morning. I had a ton of stuff that I have to do today, but I'm taking my laptop with me and I'm going to try to do what I can working from their house while I take care of my sick grandson. But that has nothing to do with my devotions this morning. I did what I normally do when I got up this morning. I went to my verse for the day, and my verse for the day was Ephesians 6:8, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. And it was so fitting because last night I was called to a church. A friend of mine and I, a fellow worker in the Covenant Brethren Church, and I were called to a church to sit down with this church that's going through some difficulties. And I have to be honest with you, I have to confess I didn't have a lot of hope that we were going to be able to work very much out, simply because human nature says, I want things my way, I want what I want God to fix this problem the way I want it fixed. And people are so slow to forgive, to ask for forgiveness. The whole thing just continues to, problems tend to enlarge and get bigger and get blown out of proportion, and so on and so forth. But God did an amazing work last night, not because my friend, whose name I'm not going to mention, who's a fellow worker in the denomination, and I were so smart, but because we spent a lot of time praying and asking God to show up and show off, so to speak. The way we went around the room and asked each other's forgiveness, the stories that got shared that put people in tears, the ways that people looked at one another and said, will you forgive me? And so forth. The way this was done, before the night was over, two individuals in that church, the patriarch of the church and the pastor of the church, were hugging each other and telling each other they loved each other, and other people in the church were sitting there and saying, we're gonna make this work, we're gonna fix this, and we're genuinely saying, I forgive you. It was just an amazing night. It taught me the power, it reminded me of the power of God to do things that sometimes we as individuals don't think can be done. And it reminded me that our strength comes from God, not from ourselves. Our wisdom comes from God, not from ourselves. It reminded me that we have to be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. God did an amazing work in this church last night, bringing healing where there had been hatred. And I am so blessed to have been a part of that, and am so amazed. I've seen God work over and over and over again in different situations, and still, after all of these years, I stand amazed at how God can break through hard hearts and do what needs to be done. I don't know what you're facing today. I don't know what you've got to deal with, but I want to encourage you. Be strong in the Lord, in the power of His might, not in yourself. And you can see God do amazing things. I hope you have a great day today. Mom, if you're watching, I love you. You too, Aunt Judy. God bless. Bye.